YouTube world, my name is Nicholas Montez, and you're watching my YouTube channel, Nicholas Montez. Welcome back to another YouTube channel video, everybody. I'm so excited to have y'all back here together again. Now, as you guys know, it is still New Year's Day, but we still have more to talk about. A couple minutes ago, I posted it. Well, actually, I just put a video out, basically talking about my most anticipated non-new release films of 2022. Now I'm going to tell you my most anticipated movies of 2022, top 5 edition. That's basically what it is. With that said, let's go ahead and get started. Now, I know that this is kind of a weird placement, well, actually a weird movie to have on a list like this, because the Ice Age franchise is so divisive. The first film is, of course, good. It actually tells a pretty cool story. It's pretty funny at times, and it actually has some emotional length. The second film is okay, but not that good. The third film, where they go to the dinosaur world, is actually pretty interesting. And then every other film after that pretty much was just so stupid and silly, especially that fifth film. Like, it was enjoyable enough, but like the storyline was just so weird. But the reason why I'm actually excited for this movie is just to see what Disney is going to be doing with the Ice Age franchise, and hopefully they do a better job with acquiring a Fox franchise other than what they did in Home Sweet Home Alone. And also, another thing why I'm excited for this movie is that this movie actually comes out on my birthday. So, I know what I'll be doing for my birthday, like my birthday night, but I know I'll be doing for my birthday weekend, which is probably having a party, which I'll talk more about that, which you'll actually hear more about that if you go to that live stream I did a couple hours ago. But yeah, I'm very excited to see this movie. Now, if you know me, I'm a huge fan of the Scream franchise. I absolutely love the original Scream. I saw the second film last week. It was okay. It wasn't great. It pretty much just felt like the first movie, but just with different people playing the Ghostface character. But overall, with the way they presented these trailers, one of my criticisms with Halloween Kills is that it just feels like an action movie in a horror film. Some horror movies don't really work as that, but with the way the trailers have presented it, with the scares and some of the action, I'm actually excited to see how it's going to turn out, and I think that this is the film that I think can be an action movie, but still be a horror film. Now, once again, if you guys know me, I, of course, love superhero movies. I, of course, love superhero origin stories. I'm not sure if this movie's going to be an origin story, though. But I just absolutely love superhero films in the way they're just made. And with the Batman, really what they've given me is just great trailers. Like, every trailer that has come out, from the first one they released back in DC Fandom of 2020, and the one they released this year in DC Fandom 2021, it's all been great. Robert Pattinson looks the right part. Jeffrey Wright looks great as Gordon. Andy Serkis is a little bit confusing because he doesn't really look like an Alfred. He looks more like Claw from Black Panther. The girl that played Angel in X-Men First Class, who's playing Catwoman, I think she's going to be a great pick to play Catwoman. So, and the action just looks great. So overall, the movie just looks great. Now, if you know me, I was actually a huge fan of Halloween Kills. Like, my favorite Halloween film is, of course, the 2018 film. But Halloween Kills really gives me exactly what I wanted. Where it does a lot of great storytelling, it does a lot of great character moments, and it has great Michael Myers kills. But what I'm going into this film is I'm not really expecting character stuff. Granted, obviously, with Laurie Strode's character, I'm excited to see where they're going to take her, and what kind of journey they're going to take her on, and her to be bloody as hell. I'm excited to see a very bloody Jodie Lee Curtis I'm just excited to see this movie. Where is it going to go down? And is Michael Myers finally going to die? That's what I'm wondering, if that's going to happen. Well, we'll see next year in October. Alright, so now we're going to talk about some honorable mentions. And the first one is going to be all three MCU films: Doctor Strange 2, Thor: Love and Thunder, and Black Panther 2. Now, it breaks my heart because the MCU is my favorite movie franchise of all time, and it breaks my heart that none of these films were on my top 5 list. But the reason why none of them are on my top 5 list is because I don't really know any of the story yet. Obviously, my most anticipated one is Doctor Strange 2, because we're really just getting the entire multiverse. We're hearing all these different theories of kind of tying in the characters from What If with Captain Carter and the monster that was in the first episode of What If. We're bringing the evil version of Doctor Strange in from What If. We're probably going to bring in the Fox Universe's Fantastic Four and X-Men. So there's a lot of interesting stuff in that film, but we don't really know what the story is after coming off of Spider-Man No Way Home. Then into Thor: Love and Thunder, and it's the same thing. There's a lot of interesting things that I'm excited to see with that movie, with having the buffest Thor we're getting, adding in the Guardians of the Galaxy, adding in the characters that we saw in Thor Ragnarok, bringing back Lady Sif after her absence in Thor Ragnarok, and then finally having Jane Foster wield Mjolnir for the first time, and also having Christian Bale be our main villain. But at the same time, once again, it's that story level. And then, of course, Black Panther 2, we don't know anything about it other than that Shuri might be the main. The only thing we know is that Shuri might be the main focus, and that we don't really know what's going to go on from there because Chadwick Boseman died. And the original plan for the movie was to continue the story of T'Challa's character. And we also heard that it's going to tie in with Atlantis and also tie in with the Ironheart series. So that's also interesting. But all these movies I'm excited for, but they could not make my top 5. The other movies are our 2 Pixar films this year, Lightyear and Turning Red. I am, of course, excited for Lightyear more, just because I'm a huge fan of the Buzz Lightyear character in the Toy Story franchise. I loved everything they did with the character, except for Toy Story 4, that was weird. But I'm excited to see the actual Buzz Lightyear character come to life in a very cool film, and with all space adventure action, and him actually becoming Buzz Lightyear. Turning Red seems a little bit off to me, but we'll see how that movie turns out. And then the final honorable mention is Avatar 2. If you know me, we haven't gotten a James Cameron movie since the original Avatar, and that was like back in 2009, and it's 2021 now. Well, I'm filming this in 2021, but it's gonna be 2022 until we get the next Avatar film. And I'm so surprised that we haven't gotten an Avatar film since then, or at least a James Cameron film since then. So that could tell you something, that this might be like top 5 favorite movie of the year. But now let's get into my number 1 favorite, most anticipated film of the year. Now for me, I was a massive fan of the original Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I loved everything they did with that movie, and it became one of my personal favorite films of all time. Like, it's my 5th favorite movie of all time. I know it doesn't show that on Letterboxd, but I really wish I could find a different way to show you, but it's just great. The trailer that we got a couple weeks ago, I just thought was great, where we actually got to spend a little bit more time with our characters, and having this new animation style where we actually get to see Miles Morales have a new suit while also going through different universes and having more time and actually getting us fully introduced to Spider-Man 2099, played by Oscar Isaac, which I'm just very excited, and I'm also excited to see the original cast come back and all the other characters come back and while also introducing other Spider people into the mix. And so I'm also excited to see what the story is going to be for this movie. So if the first one was epic, I'm gonna say that this one is gonna be even more epic. Who knows though? So that's my top 5 most anticipated movies of 2022. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. My Instagram is Marvel6, my TikTok is Roland If you guys don't understand those names, head to my back section so you can follow me on all social medias. I'm also on Letterboxd. It's the same name as Instagram, _6_, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.